This morning, we are focused on NBA because there's a lot of it to talk about. You got the Lakers drama, which is heating up out west. The Celtics' disappointing season is now officially over. But we got to start one particular place with the Rockets and the Warriors and pivotal Game 5 for them. Let's pick this up late third quarter. Big scare for the Warriors when Kevin Durant goes down, grabbing his leg. Good news, it was not his Achilles, just a calf strain as is being reported. He would not return. Kevin Durant will have an MRI today. They'll wait and see what happens there. Fourth quarter, this was close. Warriors up 2. Draymond Green drills the 3, goes bananas afterwards. 15 seconds left. Warriors up 3 now. Klay Thompson nearly loses the ball, but there's Kevon Looney. Watch it, get it back, right back to him. Klay goes up for the layup. Warriors go on to win 104-99. They go up 3-2 in the series. Here's Golden State head coach Steve Kerr after the win.
If Kevin is out, then what you saw in the fourth quarter is what you're going to have to see going forward. We're going to have to find a way. But got it done today. I don't know if you're a soccer fan, but Liverpool yesterday came out with just one of the great wins in soccer history. And after the match, their manager, Jurgen Klopp, said, the young kids in Liverpool are probably asleep by now. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it, but our boys are giants. That's what he said. And I know how he feels. So I apologize to my mom, who is probably watching, but our guys are giants. Like, that was an unbelievable victory tonight. What's that? Yes. After dark. I'm a different guy right now.
All right, Nick, how'd they do it? How'd the Warriors beat the Rockets, especially once Kevin Durant left the game?
Well, if Kevin Durant didn't leave the game, at that moment when Kevin Durant made his first shot of the second half with a couple minutes left in the third quarter, the Warriors had squandered a 20-point lead. The Rockets had all the momentum. The announcers were correctly saying the Warriors looked totally sapped of energy. The Rockets were on pace. The trajectory was they were going to overcome that 20-point deficit, overcome the 14-point halftime deficit, and win that basketball game. And then Kevin Durant went out. They had the fourth quarter break to regroup, did the Warriors, and they instantly turned into the original Splash Brother Warriors. Draymond is doing his snarling, agitating, hitting open threes thing. Steph is running around screens, ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. They can attack you from any place. Their defense got better. Their offense got better. Steph was having a playoff game that would have trumped Game 3.
I am incredibly proud to be a physician here at St. Jude, to be in a place where I know my
on the list of worst playoff games of Steph's career, he instantly became Steph Curry again. And the Warriors, maybe out of desperation, maybe because it could have been the last game at Oracle, maybe because of the rallying moment of, I'm sure they thought KD might be done as a Warrior. It looked like to me, to I think a lot of people, he had popped his Achilles. Right. Turns out he hadn't. They came together and saved their season. Their season would have been over had they lost, so that's too strong to say. But they saved this game that the Rockets, it looked like, were going to overtake them, and they put themselves in a brilliant position, even without Kevin Durant, to be able to beat the one team that's given them trouble over the last 3 years.
Jenna, we talk about, of late, chemistry and how it's underrated. And when you have the type of organization that the Warriors do, and the type of players, and the level that they've played at for the number of years, you could see last night they dug into that treasure chest of experience that they've had. Like this group, as far as Iggy, Draymond, Klay, and Steph, they've been through some battles.
Right.
So not having KD on the court, are they not as good a basketball team? Yes, but they're still a good enough basketball team against this, you would think, Rockets team, to me, in the fourth quarter, that was challenged to be able to score the ball. Chris Paul, man. I mean, do you really have to worry about Chris Paul scoring the basketball? So to me, it was more about everything that we've been through. They put it on the line because their season was on the line. They could not afford to lose that game. Not knowing what the prognosis was going to be with Kevin Durant, not knowing if he had tore his Achilles or he had strained his calf. The players on the court didn't know that, but they did know if they lose this game, go down 3-2, have to go back to Houston, potentially without Kevin Durant, their season could be over with before they even get to Game 7 and able to utilize the home court advantage.
Let's talk a little bit more about Kevin Durant. Sure, they regained their composure, they figured out who they were, and they were able to win the game, as you mentioned. But now let's sort of spin it forward. How devastating would this be if Kevin can't give you anything else this series or potentially even further?
So Steve Kerr said after Game 10 Kawakami, listen, we're going to list Kevin as doubtful. He's not playing in Game 6. He said he won't even take the flight in Game 6. Chris, you've dealt with multiple calf strains in your career.
Yes.
You can... What would be your level of expectation for Kevin Durant even being available for a Game 7?
And it's a little bit different playing football because most of the football you're playing as a wide receiver, you're playing a little above the ground. Most football players, you're playing on the ground. So you don't have to elevate off of your toe. You're typically pushing off and going forward. So I believe, because I tore my left calf and then I tore my right calf later on in the same season, I'll be surprised if Kevin Durant plays any more basketball the rest of the season. And now that they're
rest
playing
of the season.
Yes, because I mean, yeah, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised. I believe it's a 2 to 3 week injury. And if it's a 2 to 3 week injury, I mean, how effective is he going to be? And it's hard to get your conditioning because it's hard to get conditioning when your calf because it affects it. You can't do anything weight bearing. And you could see when he was coming